Yo, what's going on guys, it is Cynnnical, and today for you guys I wanted to talk about Master Yen Sid. I feel like he's a very important character that's often sort of shoved to the side. I also wanted to talk about, a few things that could happen to Master Yen Sid to do with him in Kingdom Hearts 3, which also includes Eraqus as well as Xehanort. I got one little interesting thing I want to go over, but first of all, to kickstart this off, I thought we'd just do a free-form discussion talking about Master Yen Sid first, talk about the things that we actually know. So, to start it off, Master Yen Sid, he's a pretty important figure, but like I mentioned, I do feel like he's sort of shoved to the side. He has appeared in quite a lot of the Kingdom Hearts games, most notably, Kingdom Hearts 2, Birth by Sleep, Dream Drop Distance, and yeah, in those games, he has sort of played the role of quite an important dude, he's very, I suppose you could say intelligent. He has a lot of wisdom of the past events, to do with darkness and the worlds and stuff like that. In a way, I sort of see Master Yen Sid as like a mentor. He's sort of overwatching everything, and he sort of informs, Sora and the gang, about certain things every so often. Now, we do know that Master Yen Sid is, of course, a Keyblade master, but we know that he no longer uses the Keyblade. But we do know that he is a Keyblade master. So, yeah, he once used the Keyblade. Currently, right now, though, he doesn't use it anymore, and for what reason, we've got absolutely no idea. There's still a lot of shrouded mysteries to do with Yen Sid. There's a lot of unanswered questions, like what's his actual relationship with Eraqus and Xehanort? How does he know of all these events? Who is his master? Why did he stop using the Keyblade? There's a lot of mystery surrounding Master Yen Sid. Now let's talk about his Keyblade. Due to the fact that we've never seen Master Yen Sid summon forth a Keyblade, like, ever. Yeah, what exactly is his Keyblade? Now, a lot of us speculate that his Keyblade is the Star Seeker. It would most definitely make sense, as the Star Seeker is definitely themed after the Mysterious Tower. I mean, you just look at the Mysterious Tower, and then you look at the Star Seeker, and you're like, damn, these things look like, they're made for each other. And obviously, the Mysterious Tower is Master Yen Sid's tower, and the Keyblade almost corresponds to the character of Master Yen Sid as well. Most definitely, I do not believe that the Star Seeker is Mickey's Keyblade. I don't think that it is. The Kingdom Key D, I think that that's Mickey's Keyblade in its true form. However, we do see that Mickey actually uses the Star Seeker in Birth by Sleep. Now, I do sort of, I don't know, I think that somehow Master Yen Sid gave the keychain of his Keyblade to Mickey. Somehow transferred or lended his power to use the Keyblade while Mickey was in training, because obviously in Birth by Sleep, Mickey was in training towards becoming a Keyblade master. And obviously once he is a Keyblade master at the end of, Kingdom Hearts 2 and in Kingdom Hearts 1 and throughout Kingdom Hearts 2, we see him using the Kingdom Key D. So I think, once he fully became, able to use the Keyblade, I think that's when he found his true power to summon forth his actual Keyblade in its true form, which is the Kingdom Key D. But I just do believe that, during the time of Mickey's training, I feel like Master Yen Sid somehow lended his strength towards Mickey, and somehow, transferred the keychain of his own Keyblade towards Mickey to give it sort of the physical appearance and perhaps inherit some of its attributes and power for Mickey to use while under the training of, Yen Sid himself. Because we do know that keychains are a thing in Kingdom Hearts, hence the reason that Sora can change the appearance and, the power of his Keyblade at will when he goes to the different worlds. Obviously in the different worlds he, gathers different keychains, which changes the looks of his Keyblade. However, we can obviously tell that Master Yen Sid, he's full of wisdom, he's a very intelligent old dude, and he knows a lot about what's going on, darkness, world, light, even stuff to do with Xehanort, his doings, Eraqus and stuff like that. Now, moving along to Kingdom Hearts 3, I feel like we're going to learn a lot about Master Yen Sid. Now, I know that a lot of people are currently speculating and discussing that it's a very possible option that, Master Yen Sid could join in and be a Guardian of Light. Now, while I think this is possible, and most definitely it's a viable option, personally myself, I really don't see that. I don't really see Master Yen Sid being a, a Guardian of Light, because really, he's never done anything. But however, for my hopes for Kingdom Hearts 3, I honestly want him to, do something. I want him to get off his ass, and I want him to, summon forth his Keyblade and inflict some damage. I really, really want to see the potential of this guy, because he seems like a really, really powerful dude, instead of just sitting, there on his ass and saying, this is what's going to happen, you must defeat the darkness, and, all this stuff. I mean, he is full of wisdom, and like I mentioned, he is a mentor in some sense, and he sort of guides all these Keyblade wielders, but he really doesn't do much other than that, so I would love to see some action from Master Yen Sid. Now, talking about Master Yen Sid, like I mentioned, Kingdom Hearts 3, I feel like we're going to be learning a lot about this guy, just like we're going to be learning a ton load of Eraqus and Xehanort. Now, this is the part of the video where I actually want to tie in the 3 of these dudes. Now, as you guys would know, sort of recently, I've been mentioning this whole Xehanort and Eraqus trio. I do strongly believe that there was a third accomplice to the, to Eraqus as well as Xehanort. Now, there's been a few speculations going on, whether it could be this new female character, which I do sort of hope it is, but could it be possible that Master Yen Sid was the third person to the trio of Eraqus and Xehanort? Now, we do actually have some evidence behind this, and I want to thank the anonymous user on AskFM for providing me with these pictures. When you first visit the mysterious tower in Kingdom Hearts Birth by Sleep in Terra's story, you're actually able to talk and, go into like a little conversation mode with Master Yen Sid. Now, this won't happen if you talk to him at the end of Terra's story. It has to be somewhere between, I believe, like when you first visit there. Now, this is what he says to you if you talk to him in Birth by Sleep, as you guys can see on screen. Master Yen Sid, there was a time when I walked the path of the Keyblade Master, alongside Eraqus and Xehanort. But the 3 of us have gone our separate ways. So what could this actually mean? Could this mean that, were they all buddies, the 3 of them? Did they all train together towards becoming masters? I mean, I know a lot of people sort of say that, perhaps Master Yen Sid was the master of Xehanort and Eraqus, but due to the fact that he's really around the age, the same age as Xehanort and Eraqus, I think it's more likely that he was a pupil amongst the 2 as well, because of the fact that he mentions, I walked the path of the Keyblade Master alongside, so it sort of makes me believe, is it possible that Yen Sid was actually training to become a master at the exact same time that Eraqus and Xehanort were? And of course we see at the start of Kingdom Hearts 3 that we see young Eraqus and young Xehanort, and that's obviously placed sometime around the time where they're training towards, becoming like Keyblade Masters. So I don't really know. I mean, seeing a young Yen Sid might be a little bit strange, because this is a Disney character. I mean, would Square actually go out of their way, and would it actually be, okay from Disney to make a young version of one of their most iconic characters? I really wouldn't have a clue. But regardless of which, I just wanted to use this discussion to talk about Yen Sid. It is very apparent that Yen Sid does know personally Eraqus and Xehanort, and both Yen Sid and Eraqus, they're friends, so they obviously have met at some stage, and I do believe that Yen Sid actually plays quite a big role in the past of Eraqus and Xehanort. But all of these unanswered questions will most definitely be answered in Kingdom Hearts 3, and I just honestly can't wait to dive into the juicy lore that that game is going to provide us with. Otherwise, guys, I've been Cynnnical. What do you think about this topic? Leave your thoughts and opinions in the comment section below. And until next time, guys, I'll catch you later. Peace.